Viewer discretion is advised.
Observation.
What up, Heel Faction? What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes, that's Rip Ruiz, and this is the man of 1,000 deaths, Mil Muertes. We're going to get into it with him, his past, his present, where he's going in the future, and we'll get back into it right after this. All right, guys, how we doing tonight?
Doing well. I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm good.
Draven, why don't you give Mil the introduction he deserves?
I didn't bring a drink like I did for Shane last night. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very special guest. This man has been doing this for well over 20 years. He's gone everywhere in Mexico. You've known him from TNA, WSX, Lucha Underground, CMLL, MLW, IWA, AAA. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Ricky Banderas. Ricky, welcome. I'm so happy that you're on the show tonight.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to invite me to the podcast. And, I'm here for all the fans that want to know me, like Ricky Banderas, like IK, Mil Muertes from Lucha Underground.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because the first taste I got of you was actually in 2007. I was actually at the debut that you did for TNA when you came out as Judas Macias, and you triggered something that kind of like fed into the gimmick that I eventually became with Draven Grimes, of this dark, sinister, from hell kind of gimmick, similar kind of how Dark Horse did his with Undertaker and stuff. But you were more of like that wow factor that I saw live. I was like, I want to do that. That guy right there has triggered something. And if I live to 100, at some point, I'm going to sit there. I'm going to thank this man. So, I mean, Dark got this put together, but, right off the rip, I do want to personally thank you for being such a huge impact and influence in my wrestling career at such an early age. It's just amazing to finally be able to talk to you and meet you.
Wow, I didn't know that, but thank you very much for the support, And we were talking about more than 27 years, almost 28 in my career, I'm starting in the 90s. 97, like professional wrestler. I started in 98, like this company in Puerto Rico it is called IWA.
Yes.
And now, like next month, I'm going to Puerto Rico because we're celebrating the 25 years of that company.
Beautiful.
It's going down over, but still there, Like that time when I was in that company, those glory days, that golden era. So now it's, like that kind of company, going up and over. But I'm going to be there in Puerto Rico in next 2 months, like February 3rd. And, well, my career, people that maybe they don't know, I've started, in dojos. Like I started in dojo in Mexico. I lived in Mexico before I became a professional wrestler. Like 1 year in Mexico City, working with CML dojo. It's a Mexican, Mexican style. Then I just went to Japan, and I just worked for 1 year too in the dojo or butter arts, And from there, I just went to the state, maybe like 6 months in the dojo, ECW. They have a camp over there, and I just was there in the 90s, And then I just started like a professional wrestler in 1998, But I was working, all those countries before I became like professional wrestler, like having the three strongest style that people they don't know, like American style, Japanese style, and Mexican style. You became all those style, and believe me, you can work anywhere.
Outstanding. 1 second, just for the guys in the chat rooms, we only have Mil for 30 minutes. So if you have questions, send them to us, and we'll pass them along. So we'll get back to this. Did you play any sports or anything prior to becoming a wrestler?
Oh yeah, I just became we were talking about when I was a kid, basketball player and baseball player. You know, all those sports I just played like maybe for 3 or 4 years.
10-4. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into it because it's something that's always kind of perplexed me. And since I got you here and I have the time to ask, your TNA run from 07 to 08, was it always just the final build up to you and Abyss and Barbed Wire Massacre, or was it supposed to go beyond that? Was it a contract thing that kind of cut short? What was going on with that?
Okay, you go all the way straight, right? You know, but yes,
like I said, that was my first interaction with you, and like it's such a huge impact. So I want to go ahead and get my little fan question out of the way.
Okay. The thing is, in that time, I was working in AAA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I was back and forth, you know, AAA shows and TNA shows. And that time, I became the first champion in AAA. And then in 2008, they want me to sign a contract, and I have the belt. That means if I sign the contract, I have to drop the belt. In Mexico, it comes to, and for me, I think I was at that time. I just said to Jeff Jarrett, like, hey, if I cannot drop the belt because I'm gonna sign, you know, I need some time. And believe me, if I drop the belt and leave like the thing just like that, you guys, one day they're gonna tell me you're gonna drop the belt the same way, you know. And for me, that's professional, you know.
I understand.
So they tell me that, and they tell me, don't worry, you have the doors open here in TNA. And I just, you know, shake hands and went to AAA again, you know. But I was working both company in that time. Was back and forth, you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I because like I said, back then I was just an arrogant 17-year-old kid. So it was just one of those things. Like I didn't know if it was like a contract issue or if it was just they ran out of creative for you or some shit like that.
No,
but
it was okay. They want me to sign a contract for 3 years, but you know, for me, I had to be professional. You know, first, you know, I cannot drop the belt. And for me, in the history of Mexico, I was the first one to grab that belt. You know, the Triple L heavyweight champion. You know, I am the first one in the history. So imagine. So that's why I don't want to close some doors and nowhere. You know, for me, I have to be professional, 100%.
Correct. I understand completely.
Absolutely.
So I got my fan question out of the way.
Okay.
So let's talk about your time at AAA. Like, what was your experience there?
I was good, you know, up and down, but I was, you know, a big push over there at one time. And it was almost 14 years that I was working, was working with them, you know.
Right.
And I was 4-time the heavyweight champion. I'm the only one who had more time, and the first reporter that had the belt for the history of that company.
Right.
And what can I tell you? You know, working with Theoretical, Parka, Charlie Manson, all of those guys, was happiness working with them because there are people that like you can connect and do a good match.
Right. Sorry. So after, go ahead, Dark.
No, you're good.
It was me.
No, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Rip.
So I just wanted to jump in before we got any deeper, of course.
Yeah.
And I do want to, I'm going to do a little Draven, if you will. My first exposure to you was, when you showed up in TNA. And for me, it was something where I was just getting started in the business. I was only 16 years old at the time. I'm 31 now. And it is something where starting off, it was I used to get not heat, but in a sense pushback because of the character, because of my personality. I'm very very dark, if you will. I'm listening to the rock music. I like those elements, the goth, the emo. And so it was something where for a period of time I got that pushback of, oh, you're trying to be Undertaker, oh, you're trying to be Sting. And as a Spanish, as a Latino, you gave me a prime example of how a Latino could be able to, and I would say even up now until Damian Priest, you gave us the example, the kind of initial aspects of how, as a Latino, we can be able to portray the dark character, that part of our personality. There's a lot of Boricuas, there's a lot of Hispanic people that we love rock and roll, we love death metal, we love growling music, and that's something that is a heavy part of us. And that actually opened doors for me to be able to watch AAA after you left, because it was something that I followed you to AAA and was watching you when you went over there as well. So that's my little fan moment, if you will. But definitely a huge inspiration to a lot of the Spanish nation and the Latino community, and wrestlers like myself, that we didn't want to, we weren't sure at first how to have our own identity, within that aspect of the character. So I really want to thank you for that. How did you discover that character is the question.
It's just so simple. Thank you very much for how you think, and how you take everything just like that. I didn't notice, like you said right now, but it's simple. It's your experience. You can. I was working in Puerto Rico, and that character, became, because just developed. That kind of a character. I just always think more in the old school, and who was my preferred wrestler, and I just combined. I was one of my wrestlers. I always admire was Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. Those kind of workers. And like Undertaker is kind of darkness, but I don't want to become one of those guys, because I want to be by myself. I want to be my character. You understand what I'm saying? And that moment, I just want, to be some different, and it's spitting blood out of my mouth. You can't, seeing that with the white eyes, that kind of character, just made by myself, because I just want to do something different in my character, something unique. That's why I just take time. How the people want this, experience with the crowd, with the people, with the fans. What about this and what about that? And just step by step, like baby step, you became that character.
Without question.
Yeah, I think we can all feel that, because all three of our characters are very similar, and we gotta kind of put ourselves in a dark place to do what our characters do. But I know we have limited time, and I don't want to get through this without asking you about Lucha Underground,
Yes, sir. Yes,
because
sir.
that was one of my favorite. I'll call it an experiment, but one of my favorite new takes on the wrestling business to come along in a long time.
I second that.
Yeah, I think for those of you guys watching who don't know about Lucha Underground as a wrestling company, it wasn't like WWE where they're
But
shooting wrestling matches. It was a
remember some. Sorry, I to interrupt you. Remember something that everybody always say that there was not a company. There was a TV show.
right. It was a right there. It was a TV show about a company putting on a wrestling promotion, and I thought it was brilliantly done. I wish it had stuck around. But what was your experience doing that show?
Well, that show was one of my best moment in my career.
Yes.
Because I was doing it was doing putting all the characters together, like Ricky Banderas, El Messiah, and put Judas Messias is kind of this dark side and all together,
Yeah. Yeah. It
and
definitely all went through.
completely. If you see it, that character is almost, if you see in 2002, 2003, 2004 in Puerto Rico, IWA, and if you see it, Judas Messias in 2017 TNA and AAA in 2009, 2010, 2008, all those characters are similar but are different in the same way,
Mm,
Right.
and put those characters together was kind of difficult, but thank to Chavo Guerrero, he helped me a lot, for put that character in place. They want that character in place in that history line.
yeah, no, it was a. I liked how they kept changing the feel of the television show. Like you won the belt going into the season finale, and the next season everything felt darker. It felt ominous with you on the throne and the lighting. I really liked how they made the feel of their show kind of fit around who they were featuring in the show a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that people there was working before in WWE, like Chris. He was one of the writers over there, and there were a couple of writers from WWE was behind that, and they helped me a lot, and plus they have a big production like from the movies, like Robert Rodriguez doing kind of storylines, like kind of movie, and they're putting back like wrestling. They combine
Mm-hmm.
those, and this character Mil Muertes, that was one of the characters. They wanted to be a not a baby face because they became a baby face, but they wanted to be heel,
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
people now in this era like people healed. They don't want baby face. They want big, big ass, big kicking ass, all the time in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
badass, they want a badass, heel, but people love it.
Yeah.
They became people bring me like baby face because they love the work and that character became in Lucha Underground. And Katrina helped me a lot, Carlene, we was the first time that we worked together. We're so unique, like we connect the first day.
Beautiful.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any idea why they stopped running that show? I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Uh, the thing is, I was the money. There was a lot of money, a couple of millions making a season, and I just think the 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 TV station they were doing it was too small.
Yeah.
They had to put it in a national TV because that kind of a Red Network it was too small, and people saw us because we jumped to Netflix, and then that's why people love it so much because you have the opportunity to see all those seasons.
I watched.
They,
I
they
watched.
stop it.
I watched every week live on El Rey. Like I happen to have El Rey. I don't know if I don't know.
How many people have the Red Network? That wasn't a national TV.
No, it definitely was not. But yeah,
imagine was in national TV. Imagine that.
Yeah,
I'd
no.
probably still be around today.
Yeah, every wrestling fan I run into loves Lucha Underground. I mean, if it had been on a bigger network, you're absolutely right. I mean, because there's nothing like it. There's
Yeah.
They was investing a lot of millions, a lot. Believe me, a lot of millions, and I don't have it, so don't want to keep it. But I don't know. It was a lot of millions because they were flying everybody from Mexico, Canada, United States, different part of the world,
Yeah.
And paying hotels, and everything, it was, what we were doing over there. I live in Mexico, right? But they were flying me back and forth. Imagine I'm done. I just flying Thursday, right, at night. Right. So I just got that. We're taping Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I fly back home Monday, and come back Thursday again. It was like a lot.
You've revived the Mil Muertes character for MLW now, right?
Oh yeah, I revived the MLW character, and those companies they want me to, because I'm available. I'm right now. I'm a free agent. But they want that character, and these companies they like AEW, WWE, or NWA or TNA. I'm opening ears, and I can we can talk about it. That character, because that character, people love it.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to ask you what the future held for you and the major promotions. Have you had any talks with AEW or WWE or anything?
Well, no, I don't talk to them yet, but I will, But I wish, give me the opportunity, because this is opportunity. This is not a contract. You want to, like book me a couple of days. People they want to see that character.
Yeah, absolutely.
And doing those, and even TNA, even NWA, those companies, for me, I will work with them, and I'm open ears, open arms. It all depends who can.
Hopefully,
see us back.
Say that again.
What'd you say?
We want Judas Messias back.
I was just going to say something about that. With the resurgence of TNA, hopefully they'll be giving you a call soon. But Ricky, I know we got you only for a couple more minutes. I just want to know from your point of view and your opinion, what you feel your legacy is, not only to Lucha Libre, but to professional wrestling as a whole.
I just, I know, it's a couple of years I'm doing this. I'm with a new era I just try to help them, doing advice, everything like that, and for me, doing this legacy, I would like to, step a little bit more forward than just I am right now, because right now I am independent wrestler. So would like to close that legacy, maybe AEW or WWE,
Right.
or help people, helping the new era. I'm open arms, I'm open ears, and they know I'm a free agent. So I'm just waiting for the opportunity.
I have no doubt when the time is right. We'll either see Judas Macias, Ricky Banderas, Mil Muertes, some form of you and your character on one of the mainstreams to hopefully close out your career the way that you would like to.
Yes,
I would say, as far as the legacy, I would say young Hispanic men like me who didn't know what role model to follow as far as that. People like Draven as well. People like Dark Cordz. That is definitely a big part of the legacy that you have paved the way. That we can be our own individual selves. We can still have that touch of that darkness aspect, and I think it's a huge thing. And I don't want you to get off this podcast without knowing that your legacy lives on through wrestlers like me. It lives on through the Hispanic boys and girls that growing up didn't have that role model. So I thank you again.
Thank you very much, guys.
Personally, I don't think my gimmick would be anywhere near where it is if I wasn't there in that audience that night, second row next to the damn tunnel, and I watched you spit that blood out your mouth for the first time. I was like, oh shit, like something just snapped right then.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So why don't you tell everybody where you'll be coming up soon? If you got anything people can see, and tell us your social media stuff.
Well, my social media is if you go to Instagram is King Mil Muerte. King Mil Muerte is my original Instagram. Facebook is Ricky Banderas. That is my Facebook, original Facebook. And Twitter is the same one, King Mil Muertes in Facebook. In Twitter. In Twitter is King Mil Muertes. Instagram is King Mil Muertes. And Facebook is Ricky Banderas. So, yeah, I'm going, starting to work in March and in Mexico. Not yet. I don't have no shows here in the States, but probably I know I will be. Especially I will be in doing the 3 days in Wrestling Con. I will be there.
Heck yeah!
Very cool.
Looking forward to that.
Well, I know the viewers have enjoyed it. We've got over 1,000 people watching, and you'll have a ton more listeners on the podcast that will drop on Monday. Anything else you want to leave them with before I know you have to go?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you all the fans. Thank you all the promoters outside. They know my original Facebook, my original Instagram. So it's King Mil Muerte for the bookings. I'm available. All those big company, they want me to get booked, so I'm here.
Well, outstanding. Well, we will definitely continue to push you as one of ours and the show's favorites. We've all been watching you for years, and it's a real honor to have you on the show. We thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
You too. I'll talk to you soon,
too,
okay?
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back after a word from Castel Vodka.
Vodka evolved. Castel. Indulge in the revolution.
Alright, hold on a second. Tell Rip I'm gonna bring him on to this other channel, so just give me a second.
He's popping shit on Instagram. He's good for a second.
Cool.
So, does anybody else have fucking chill bumps from that shit?
Yeah, man, that was fucking awesome. Dude's a great dude. I can tell.
Dude. I know a lot of people say never meet your idol, never meet your hero, but fuck that, dude. Like, he helped shape, I guess, in a way, all three of us in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah.
Oh, chill bumps, dude. Chill bumps. Oh, so what else is going on tonight, guys?
Are we still recording?
No, we're still recording.
We're still recording. This is a full episode, my dude.
We
I was
got.
about to start misbehaving.
Well, I mean, viewer discretion is
You can do that. Yeah.
Just do anything but whip your dick out. We can't censor that live.
No, that's for the HSP OnlyFans.
Yeah. Raven's G spot at OnlyFans. Yep.
Yeah.
So Rip, I know you pushed really hard for the FWE show on Weekend Wrestling, and you told us that it got canceled. And you kind of fill in the blanks on what the fuck happened.
So apparently with the recent storms and stuff, the venue had gotten some irreparable damage to the roof. Well, not irreparable because they're working on it, but they have taken longer than they were supposed to fix it. And it's something that they're not allowing people into that venue until the roof damage is fixed. So that also was something where they were supposed to be pushing heavily to get it done in time for the show, and they weren't able to.
Right.
Now we're talking dates for February and stuff like that. But of course we have, out of state bookings that are calling our name, and I think ultimately it may be something where we just gotta, continue to branch up out of Florida.
Right.
Be it that a lot of the.
And it's like what Dark and I were talking about the other day. Like, Florida has such a different feel as far as taking bookings and, locker room etiquette than it does in, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, where we go. Whereas you're not really walking on eggshells out of state. As if you're in Florida, you got to be careful of who you talk to, how you talk to, so on and so forth. Or the next show, you're blackballed, and they go talk to this promoter, who talks to this promoter, who talks to this promoter. It's like the polar. It's almost territorial in a way, and almost petty to a damn point. Like,
the interesting is that promoter that talked to that promoter to that promoter to that promoter to that promoter also talks shit about that promoter and that promoter and that promoter and that promoter.
Yeah, so it's like it all comes full fucking circle. Like,
yeah, it's definitely
here recently. My ear's been to the ground about a lot of shit, but I've been finding some shit out about the promotions that I used to work, and just how political the backstage has really gotten, and multiple. And it's like, wow, fuck, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. I don't want to deal with that shit. But, I'm only doing this until April of 26, and I want to fucking just have fun for my last couple years, But a certain motherfucker would get off his ass and find a venue in a ring. We could run a show.
Well, just last night, me and Della were like,
"Who are you talking about?
Why don't Knockout, Adrenaline, and fucking Florida Empire get together?"
No, because at this point,
I don't think Knockout and FWE would get along. Not at all.
I mean, I've seen Tyler went to a couple of the Knockout shows actually.
Yeah, but I've been getting to know the booker and shit there pretty personally over the past few months, and yeah, that would be a fire and gas situation.
Playing with cooking gas.
Yeah.
Cooking with gas.
But going back to the whole political thing real quick before we jump into our next subject, it's just a shame because I've also found out recently, and Dark, I think we spoke on this a few days ago when we're talking about friendships and how easily people take them for granted, about how certain promotions will go out and basically cock block other promotions going into a major city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, take Orlando, for example. And let's say there's north side, south side, east side, west side, right? If you're a promotion running on, say, the west side of Orlando, and there's a promotion wanting to go run on the east side, right? Typically, that's not an issue, right? Except maybe one or two promotions be like, nah, fuck that. That's getting in our territory, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's getting that way here up in Northeast Florida, where they use their political pull to basically hot block other promotions unless they go to the promotions first. Like, listen, we would like to run in this vast, big fucking city of yours that, you know, half the time you don't do shit in on a time that you're not fucking doing it. And it's really gotten fucking bad up here.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed as well is a lot of promotions like to on purpose run the same day as other promotions. And so it's like, if you're in Kissimmee and I'm in fucking Sanford, why the fuck do you care that I'm running the third Saturday? But on purpose, they'll run the third Saturday to try to, and it's just like, you're in Kissimmee, I'm in Tampa, or I'm in Sanford, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
Now you see WWA Booker # fuck Bill Gamble fucking played that same fucking card, but he never named the promotion. But come to find out, the promotion that he was talking about runs every fucking weekend. So it's not like they run once a month. They run every weekend like fucking clockwork. So how the fuck are you going to sit there and bitch and complain about somebody that runs, you know, more than you do, longer than you do, and you don't try to get your fucking talent beat up by 6 fucking random guys? I'm not over it yet.
No, I'm not going to be over it for a minute.
A little bit deeper into that, 6 guys who told us directly that, and this is no shame at all, but one of the guys said he had never been in a shoot fight outside of the ring.
Who said that?
Yeah, who said that?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
I'm about to say, because the 6 guys that he was going to fucking get on us were not in that current locker room. Like, he was bringing 6 random guys in.
It was in the group chat of that current locker room that one of the guys said that he would be involved in one way, shape, or form if it would have went as far as your guys' match is concerned. That he had never been in a legit shoot fight outside of wrestling. So it's like, the motherfuckers you're going to get, you know, but at the same time, it's like, to have us drive halfway across the fucking ocean to pay us, to then try to screw us, like, that just, it makes no sense at all. It makes no fucking sense at all.
Well, it would have turned out much worse for him had it happened that way.
Yeah. I'm looking for somebody to get stupid so I can get retarded.
Yep.
Dude, I didn't even think about the fact Rip would have been there that night.
Yeah.
I did not even fucking think about that shit. I always thought it's usually just me and you running the Alabama trips, and Rip's fairly new to this run. But me and Dark were like, dude, we're gonna go out there with fucking lead pipes and a fucking ball peen hammer or some shit. Like, we're not going out there empty fucking handed.
Motherfucker said
really forgot about
a shoot squash match on me at that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, Billy wouldn't have fucking signed off on that shit.
Wasn't he that motherfucker that was sending pictures of his feet because they were too swollen he couldn't walk?
Bill.
Yeah, that was the promoter. Yeah.
But you're gonna shoot, fight, fucking.
That motherfucker won't do shit.
Apparently, this has happened before.
Yes.
Apparently, once before, he brought 6 new guys that had never worked there before, and they shot on.
It was a tag team from New York, and they had a female valet, and the valet, like, legit for shoot, got fucking injured during the fucking jump.
Yeah, they jumped the 2 dudes and the chick.
Huh?
Like,
would have been there too.
Yeah, this is, and this all happened before that current locker room joined the company. So, like, they didn't really know anything about it. I found out, and I told Dark about it through their former locker room that now currently work with other promotions. And they were like, yeah, you kind of got out scot-free because he would have fucking just brought 6 random dudes in. But here's the thing. Dark and I know everybody in that locker room. If there were new faces in there and we didn't fucking know them, we was already gonna know something was fucking up.
Yeah, and if he thinks that the locker room wouldn't have had our back instead of his, he's out of his fucking mind.
Well, for everybody's safety, they better have our fucking back.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're leaving in handcuffs that night.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Yeah, it got a step realer to me when I heard that he had done it before. Like there is, I mean, you can run your fucking mouth, like you might get smacked in the face for it, but you can run your mouth. But to have done this before and we're gonna do it to us, like that's a whole different fucking ball game. And
it's one thing. It's one thing to do it to the guys. It's another thing when you did it to a fucking woman who is a valet, not a worker per se, but a valet. And she's the one that caught the fucking potatoes. Like, this motherfucker has no shame. And then to top all this shit off, motherfucker messaged me last night. I guess he went and unblocked me and messaged me wanting to know if he could pick up the tag belts today. Which, number one, we have to work. We don't have time for that shit. Number two,
I'm gonna call off my shoot job and just fucking wait around for your little funky ass to show up, bitch.
no, we didn't do that, obviously. But I sent him the message of him basically saying, well, no, basically he did say that he was going to have his jump 6 on too. And it started like, well, you see,
this motherfucker, this motherfucker had the nerve to deny it. He denied he ever said anything, and he's on fucking recording saying it. Still. Like, this is fucking unbelievable. He was trying to pass the blame on to other people in the locker room.
Dude, he passed it on to Johnny.
Johnny and Billy, like, he went hard on Billy.
Yeah, like, it was the same shit from the WWE chat for Billy, but as far as Johnny, he was saying Johnny was going to be the one to sit us down and set us straight.
Yeah,
Johnny didn't say that. I've got that confirmed. Johnny didn't say that shit. But here's the thing. I did tell him before I went and blocked that motherfucker that if he wants those belts, we will be in Dothan on the 27th. And if he wants them, come to the parking lot of either our hotel or our venue and come get them. But one way or another, you're going to fucking deal with the repercussions of you trying to fuck us over.
Yeah.
He shows up, great. He can have the belts. I don't fucking care about these belts one way or fucking another. I mean, they're a prop. That's all belts are, a prop. But it's the fact that you try to physically harm fathers, husbands, sons for petty bullshit reasons.
And in doing so, really put your own self in danger. Really.
Yeah.
Like,
you might have got 6 random guys. You've got 2 multiple black belts, former military training. They're going to get hurt. I mean, they might get us, but it's going to take all 6 of them to fucking get us. And we're probably going to take about 3 or 4 of them motherfuckers with us.
I mean, that day would have been 2 apiece. I don't think that would be hard work at all.
No.
I was going to give you a third one. You know, I already worked a match.
I think the adrenaline would skyrocket. You'd be fine.
Hey,
adrenaline returns.
There's that word again, adrenaline.
Shut up.
Rippy poo. When we get off tonight, we need to talk some business. Some financial business that Dark and I has kind of jumped the gun on, so to speak. But
okay,
we need to talk business with you when you get off.
Yes, I do want one of those WWA tag belts.
I'm not auctioning them off yet. Jesus Christ!
I get first dib. I don't give a shit.
You already got my IWA belt. What more do you want?
Call me the collector.
All right, Ultimo. Fuck. Ultimo Ruiz. Oh, so I figure we get that out the way. So everything else I want to talk about is wrestling related. That's for WIW this week.
That's cool. What do you want to talk about?
Well, Seth's injury for one.
Draven. And what do you want to talk about?
I said Seth's injury and the possibilities of him missing Rumble and Elimination Chamber.
I saw the headlines. Very tragic. But how long is he going to be out? Any idea?
I haven't read into it yet. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, my youngest son's basketball game was tonight with I help coach. So, as soon as I got off work, my attention was drawn there. As soon as I got back from there to here, they're all like, "Can I go stay the night? Can I go stay the night?" Yes. Get your shit. Get the fuck out. What I need to take you? Fuck it. I'll take you. I don't fucking care. Get the fuck out.
Hit the fucking road.
Kid-free weekend. Yes, even though I'll be with Dark pretty much all day tomorrow. But yeah, kid-free weekend. But I saw it was a partially torn MCL and a partially torn meniscus.
Mm-hmm.
Now with those partial tears, as long as he takes it easy, he doesn't go do training and pull a Cody Rhodes, it can heal on its own. But the thing is, it's going to take 8 to 10 weeks. We have Rumble in 3 weeks now?
No, next week.
No, next weekend. We got that next weekend. We got Chamber in 4 weeks.
I can't believe we took a booking on a fucking Royal Rumble day.
Dude, we took a booking on not Survivor Series.
Yeah, it was Survivor Series. Survivor Series.
Oh, it wasn't because I watched Survivor Series here at the house. Because I turned it off right when Triple H put the fucking watermark on it and missed the whole CM Punk debut.
That's right.
And then I woke up to your messages at 4 o'clock in the morning. CM Punk. I'm like, you motherfucker, loud enough to wake my wife up. Boy, I was so mad at myself.
We were there during our pay-per-view, but
I think it was October's. It was October's pay-per-view, whichever one that was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's not the first time we've done it. Hell, the day I fucking met you guys, I took a booking on WrestleMania weekend.
Right.
I was watching the show while y'all were working.
Yep.
And my ass was like so into the fucking matches that everybody was screaming, ring the bell at me. I was like, oh, ding ding. I don't fucking care. Like legit, the only match I fucking paid attention was y'all's match. That was it. That 3-way. And the only reason I did that is because I saw something in you, and Rip was just sexy as fuck. Hang on.
Well, I'm sure we both appreciate it.
I'm sure. But yeah, this whole injury, like, what is this going to do? Well, obviously he's not going to be able to work Rumble, and they really didn't push him working a match at the Rumble per se. Like, maybe they was going to give Jinder a rematch or some shit afterwards. Which, I mean, Jinder's a great worker, but I don't think he's pay-per-view quality to work a world title match.
No.
Now, the match he had on Raw this past Monday was a good match. It was almost
overproduced to hide his weaknesses, though.
But it was almost move for move the same match they had in NXT when Seth won the NXT title. The only reason I know that is because I know that match like the back of my fucking hand. So I was able to call the fucking spots here, finish. even with the injury finish.
Right. Yeah.
So, realistically, he can miss Rumble. He doesn't have to fucking work that show. He's world champion. I mean, given the fact that Roman didn't really work the last pay-per-view, that's why he's working fucking Rumble. You only really need one big title match on there anyway. A couple smaller matches, and you got 2 Royal Rumbles now. So, I mean, we're not really going to be missing too much. Now, Elimination Chamber, obviously, he's not going to be ready by Chamber, so they're not going to put him in the Elimination Chamber. So if they do pull the trigger on Cody to win the Rumble and he goes to SmackDown for the WWE title, that's more than likely where they'll put Punk in the Elimination Chamber, have him go over to go after the world title.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, will Seth be ready by Mania? Because it's like right fucking there, that 8 to 10 week mark.
I don't see him wrestling Mania.
And if that's the case and he has to vacate the title due to it, Who are they going to put in there with Punk? Because they've been building the Seth Rollins thing.
Main event of WrestleMania.
Dude, that'd be such poetic fucking justice.
And the fact that Dwayne
into the longest reigning championship reign in the modern era of 434 days. I fucking know. I know.
The fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania and I'm not makes me sick.
The fact that we all still quote fucking CM Punk promos.
And I like to think that this company be better after CM Punk, after Vince McMahon. This is gonna get taken over by freaking UFC.
Lost me. You fucking lost me. God damn.
That's the updated one. It's gonna get taken over by UFC in Saudi Arabia.
Well, that's come to pass. But realistically, like, if that's the case and Seth has to vacate the title and Punk's in the main event at night one, who are they going to put against Punk for a vacated title?
Cody has to finish
Drew?
the story.
Yeah, but they're pushing Cody versus Roman again. Dwayne's not locked in for Mania.
A fatal four-way for the fucking World Ultimate University of Central Florida heavyweight lightweight.
All right, now Rip's trying to get himself booked. I see how it is.
Well, it will not happen. Dwayne and Reigns will not happen at Elimination Chamber. They've already announced that. It will not happen there. So it's, I mean, the only, I don't know, does Reigns pull double duty at WrestleMania?
Does he pull double duty same night and work Cody one match and then work Dwayne the next? Because I can't see them opening the show with fucking Roman and Rock. That just can't happen.
No, main event both nights.
But if you want Cody to walk away with his title finally, that's got to go on absolutely last.
On night one, Cody beats Roman, and night two, Rock beats Cody.
And then Damian Priest cashes in.
He's gonna do the cock block, yeah. The Rock cock block.
Dude, what if they finally put Damian in that spot and Damian goes over and wins the world title and has Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious they're trying to push Punk for the world title for the main event spot.
Anyways.
No, he has until June.
They still doing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that became a full thing at WrestleMania at this point.
No. The Money in the Bank match started at WrestleMania, but once they did the pay-per-view, they changed that date to whatever the date is. So he has till June to cash it in. I
was just thinking legit, like, he's got to hurry up and cash the shit in. He's got until Mania. That's cool. He's got some time. I feel like he's had it already.
Yeah, it really does.
Almost. I mean, I kind of think they'll put, not really, because I really want to see Jimmy versus Jay, but I can see them slotting Jay in there too.
Yeah.
I don't really see Drew because his contract's up before Mania.
Right.
They're too fucking far away from numbers for him to sign a new one unless something's come up in the last 24 hours I don't fucking know about.
Yeah.
And they really don't have another big main eventer on Raw right now.
Fuck it, make it a 6-man circle jerk fest and have freaking Solo, Roman, the Usos, The Rock. Just have everybody. Paul Heyman, throw his ass in there too.
Oh, Tribal Combat, got it.
There you go.
Like I'm Puerto Rican by association. Fucking Paul's Samoan by association.
See, you figured it
out. I remember. I had to make sure in front of those 300 fucking people.
They bring back an honorary Us, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Actually, he's coming back at Rumble.
Oh,
he's been confirmed. He just took some time off for nagging injuries and shit, so he's gonna be good by Rumble. But can you see them slotting him in there?
Where?
In the world title picture, if Seth can't fucking work.
I mean, are we? Who's gonna? My only caveat is, what role is Punk gonna be playing by then? Will he have turned heel or? You know, I don't see them running Jimmy against CM Punk because if they're both huge baby faces.
No, I see Jimmy and Jay clashing at Mania. That just a foregone conclusion at this point. I mean, babyface or heel, name me another big star that's not really slotted in for Mania, because you can't say Walter, because he's fucking, the rumor is he's working Lesnar, which I've been wanting that match for 2 fucking years now.
Them boys gonna
AJ
beat the shit out of each other. It's gonna last a total of like 3 minutes. But they will beat the shit out of each other.
Every time Walter's had a fucking match at Mania, it's become match of the fucking night. You just go back and watch. Actually, anytime Walter's been put on a big time pay-per-view with anybody other than The Miz, it's been a great fucking match.
Yeah. Now, do you think that Brock is gonna, register and let him chop his ass up the way he does? Because
I don't think Brock really understands until he takes that first chop. He's probably gonna take it as a fucking shoot and like try to potato him. Like, them two are gonna beat the shit out of each other. It's gonna be amazing. I just wish I was there live. By the way, guys, we're not taking bookings for Mania weekend. Fuck that shit. I'm not missing Mania. I've already put my request in at work to use a vacation day the day after. I'm fucking doing it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they switched Knight over to fucking Raw and they put Knight and fucking Punk there. But at that point, you would have to turn Punk heel. But she's always been a better heel than a babyface. But can you imagine the promo battles between them two?
Mm-hmm.
Or they bring fucking Cena back.
No.
I mean, they're running out of fucking options because they're not even putting Orton in the fucking title picture at all until well after fucking Mania. Because they want fucking Orton and Roman to fucking draw fucking huge, possibly SummerSlam or some shit.
Right.
It looks like the pool of star power is a little low.
Well, I mean, if they signed fucking Ricky Banderas, we wouldn't have this issue.
Bring TFK and bring TFK and Ricky Banderas to fucking WWE and let us terrorize everything.
Dude, I had a fucking dream last night. And
Martin Luther King.
No, it was last night. It was at Daly's place for the AEW show, right? And we debuted against the Undisputed Kingdom, right? And they played the whole thing of where they can't find Taven, what the fuck is his goddamn name? Bennett, and they can't find Wardlow. So it's just Roddy and Adam out there holding their dicks, trying to figure out where everybody is. After Roddy's match, like it plays out exactly like we watched it on Dynamite, right? I'm about to say Impact, but Adam went to start cutting his promo, and the fucking music hit again, and it plays for a couple seconds. Next thing you know, you just see 3 fucking bodies fly out the fucking entranceway. And you just see us 3 just standing there in fucking hoods and just like with our fucking hands in our pockets, and like we just slowly fucking debut ourselves. And then the graphic fucking changes to TFK. It was like, oh, and then my alarm went off. Very exciting.
Very good dream, man.
It was.
Interesting what dreams you have.
Couple of minutes later, you'd have busted.
Probably.
If he would have gotten in that ring,
me and Roddy would have touched. Dude, I honestly thought about jumping down there just to bump one time. It'd have been worth me getting fucking kicked out. I wouldn't care. I gotta know how it bumps.
Oh, God, yeah. Probably like a fucking marshmallow.
You gotta be. But they had that fucking ring way too fucking deep. Like, I don't know.
I'll give you that. I've been in that ring, but before it was there.
What, a high spots? That's all that was at AEW, was just a high spots ring.
That ring was the dojo ring originally.
The one that they're using now for Dynamite?
Yes. Really?
With the gray canvas? Yes.
How does it bump?
High spots ring.
How does it bump?
Oh, it's comfy. I love the dojo ring, because it's the same. It's literally the same one that like he literally, he was holding it using it for them, and they eventually just because they stopped doing the shows in Orlando, and they took it with them to go on the fucking road, and he literally purchased the same ring over again. So literally, the old one that they have and the new one that's at the dojo currently, it's the most. It's almost you're almost spoiled, because then you get into other rings and it's like, holy shit, does this fucking suck?
Yeah.
Like there's like all types of divots and freaking bald spots and freaking gaps, and on that one it is every bit a professional ring, the way it should be. Yes.
You spoiled ass petulant child.
Why wouldn't they just buy a new one from High Spas instead of getting a used one?
That part I don't know what the arrangement was. It was something where it was just being housed there. I think it was originally supposed to be their travel ring, and they were housing it there, and we were using it, and they were using it when we weren't there, like for them to run their own, if that makes sense, like pre-hours or after hours, and so it was something where when they went on the road, they did take it with them. But I'm pretty sure the arrangement was you guys can use it because our guys, we need a place to put it, and our guys will be using it when your guys are working their shoot jobs during the day and shit.
Right. Well, I get it. I understand. But I think Tony can afford 10 grand to get a brand new ring. I'm just saying.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'm interested in being back into an 18-foot ring next weekend.
Yeah. I've worked 16-footers for so damn long.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
it's gonna be fucking amazing, dude. Because
have you been in a 20-footer?
Yeah, I've been in a 20.
That shit is interesting as hell.
But 18 is just like that sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like I work so much better in an 18-footer than I do any other fucking ring, especially a 6-sided ring.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, no.
Like
I went from a 16 to a 20, and I went to hit them ropes, and the ropes weren't there yet. And
we're not. That extra 2 steps was needed. I get it. But for me, when it comes to the 6-sided ring, it wasn't even really the bumping, because you know how a lot of people say like a 6-sided ring is harder to bump on, which it is. But it was like the fucking ropes. Like you're just used to going back and forth, and like fuck. The math wasn't mathing for me when I did that shit.
Yeah.
My brain was not comprehending the fact there was an extra set of ropes I can bump on.
I've been in a 6-sided cage, but never a 6-sided wrestling ring.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, maybe we need to shoot around to Daytona one fucking time and let you get in a 6-sided ring.
Yeah. I was trying heavily to get on to go wrestle. I believe they shut down. But they had a 6-sided ring, and I was trying heavily to get in there because I have never been in a 6-sided ring, and so everybody was like, "Dude, that shit's fucking horrid."
Yeah,
I'll contact
and just watch the show.
I'll contact a few of the talent that I know worked up there before and see if they're still running. If so, we'll probably just shoot down there one day. Because I've heard that that's the easiest way to fucking get booked on the shows, just show up.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So we'll see. I'll contact a couple of guys.
Yeah. Well, guys, successful show, I'd say.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
My loins are still moist from this shit.
Moist loins. All right, well, before we go, a couple of things. One, the merch.
The merch is
beautiful. There's a link for the merch in the description and or around the boxes. Also, show is brought to you in part by Stripe Pig Gummies. There is a link in the description box. I'm also going to put it in the chat box of all of the video services you might be watching on. Doing that right now. If you use this link, you will get free shipping. In addition, if you buy 4 of these 30-count THC, Delta 9 THC gummies, you'll get a free beanie. And I don't have it within arm's reach, but
You
it's
fucking failed us.
it's pretty dope. It's got the Striped Pig logo on it.
We want beanies.
That's right. So yeah, check out the Striped Pig Delta 9 THC gummies. And we want to thank Mil Muertes, Mr. Banderas, for joining us. And Draven's has done a persona change. So, alright. Well, for Draven Grimes...
God. Hold up. Next week. We debut for New Wave.
Yes,
Next week we will be in Dothan, Alabama. January 27th at the Wiregrass Commons Mall. Come out, support us, buy our merch.
Merch!
Let New Wave know you want TFK there to fucking stay. Sorry, I had to debut the mask.
Absolutely.
I was gonna mark out and do it with Judas, but I couldn't bring myself being that much of a mark.
He would have been like, "What the fuck is that?"
I'm like, dude, you did this shit in 2013 when you came back. You had a mask. Bitch, I know your career.
All right. Well, for Draven Grimes and Ripper Weeze, I'm Dark Cordz. We want to thank Mil Muertes for joining us. Thank you for watching Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.